And welcome. Good morning. Thanks for joining me for my little pop-up Pilates class today. Short and snappy. I plan on using the ball, so I'm going to have to take my little Santa cap right off of my ball. If you have a ball or some other substitute piece of equipment, go get it now. Have it nearby. Let's get started. Welcome to class. My name is Vivian. This will be roughly 25 to 30 minutes of short and snappy Pilates, and today I'd like to challenge you with the ball. I'm going to start with a little breathing warm-up and right away start rolling head down to limber up the spine. Feel free to walk the ball forward, literally using both hands. So sinking your head down. As you exhale, push the ball forward, 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 and keep lengthening through the arms. When you get to the end point, begin to come back. And as you come back, each vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time, stacking on top. Here we go again, head first, diving your head down, sinking your head down and keep pushing forward and get to the end point, right? As far as your arms and your back can go. Come back slowly. As you come back, stack up through the vertebrae and remember to drop the shoulders. One more time, limbering up from the top of the spine at your neck all the way through the rib cage spine and keep going. Now this time we'll stay here. Be as long as you can reach and as heavy as your head will sink, and then just roll the ball casually to the left and roll the ball casually to the right. Feel for a deep stretch near the waistline, close to where your waistline attaches to your hips. Right where your waistline attaches to the hips, lengthening and stretching as you just roll the ball, rolling left and right. Come backward now, just walk that ball. Now I'm going to go sideways and placing the ball or my forearms. Be careful, don't fall as you reach to the side. Return upright. Let's do the same side again. As you lift, reach all the way over and feel the stretch. Return, and this time I'll come up and over. This is as far as I can go today. And when I rotate, I'll just graze the floor, touch the ball, and then return to the side stretch. Come back upright and bring the ball to the other side. As you push the ball, you may end up on your forearms. It's okay, just don't fall down. Return upright. Here we go again. Get that deep side stretch. Coming up and over, stretching all the way down the right side of my body. And return. I'm ready. This time I'll come sideways. Go as far as you can. And when you go to twist, drop that shoulder, maybe tap the ball, and then come back to the side stretch and return upright. Hold on to the ball now behind your back and just hold on as you stretch those arms downward and back, opening wide across the chest. Now, if you're not using a ball, you can just interlace your fingers, of course, and stretch those arms. Your goal is to open the chest. Keeping your chest nice and wide and open, sink your head down. Feel the stretch down the back of the neck. Wow. Let's get to the Pilates roll down, and we'll do a few of these with the ball right between the thighs. Plant your feet near the end. And if you're joining me for the first time, this may be a little challenging, so hold on to the backs of your thighs. If you've done this with me before, you know we'll go hands free all the way down. Take a deep breath and roll up. It may be necessary that you need that little extra help. Hold on to your thighs when it's necessary. Scoop deep in the abdominals, rounding your way back. One vertebrae at a time. Take a deep breath and rolling up. Grab the ball this time and stretch. Stretch the legs, stretch your back, and stretch those arms out. Coming backward, begin to come back. Keep the legs heavy, long, straight, and soften your landing. We'll do this about 3 more times, so you get to do one more where you reach out over your legs, bring your head with you, reach, coming back, pull your abdominals in, hollow out, hollow, C curve. Listen, this time reach up toward the skies, reach up, way up, and sit up straight. Come back, scooping the abdominals with a pelvic tilt, a posterior pelvic tilt. rolling up toward the ceiling. Yay. Now this time, just the arms come down. My spine is still straight. Place the ball just at the base of your back. Whatever you do with your arms, just keep your spine nice and straight and hinge back, and then return forward. I've often used the analogy, be the airline seat back. You are the airline seat back. Lean back, recline, and return upright. My legs are still turned on. My abdominals are still turned on. And I am just arriving on the ball and then return upright. Don't turn those abdominals off. This time I am reclining like an airline seat back and then raising my arms to the ceiling. You don't have to bring your arms back to your ears. Come forward and arrive upright. This time, still sitting up straight, still sitting very tall, hinge back, pause. As you turn toward me, your arm will come down at a diagonal. It should be graceful. Maintain the long neck of a swan. Other side, rotate. Inhale. I am keeping my legs very straight, very rigid, my pelvis very stable, opening wide across the chest, return, and last time here, nice and slow. As you come to center, return forward, arrive upright. If you need to shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Here we are, flat back. A very flat facade, pull your abs in, turn away from me, arm down at a diagonal. Return. Now, the ball is there. Yes, you're using the ball as a light support, but try not to be absolutely heavy or completely reliant on the ball. Use your abdominals, your core strength, and then return. This is the last one here. Rotate. Maintain the width across the chest and the long neck. Return upright. Woo! Nicely done. Bring the ball with you as you come halfway back in a C curve. Test lifting one leg and down. Test lifting the other leg and down. Bring both knees bent. Close your feet. My body has not moved. Can I lift both legs? So from balancing basically just off the tailbone, recline and return. This is done with a scooped abdominals, rounded back position. Reach and return. Reach away and return. Do it in slow motion. Keep those abdominals turned on. And I am going to the flat surface of my sacrum, you know, that flat bone of the pelvis, but I'm not rolling all the way to my ribs. This takes concentration. So I'm rounding one more time. Oh yeah. This time, all the way back, but don't crash. No excuses here. Soften that landing. Yes. Place the ball behind the calves. My knees are bent at a 90-degree bend. As I send my legs down, heels will tap the floor. Now your goal is to stay flat through the abdominals, but no need to overly concern yourself with flattening the back. Maintain a neutral spine. Neutral, as in just the natural curvature of the back. Relax the neck and face and continue focusing on the motion of the legs and the stabilization of the pelvis. Heels tap the floor. Adding arms gracefully, reach back beyond your head and just as slow and gracefully, return upright. Now the arms don't go all the way to your legs, they just arrive upright. We'll do two more of these. Inhale and exhale. This is sort of the little sister version of a big exercise that's coming up next. Transfer the ball between the ankles pretty swiftly and quickly. My arms and legs go opposite direction, but don't touch the floor. Ooh, lots and lots of rules. Inhale, reach out, and exhale. Grab the ball this time. Continue the same exercise. The motion has not changed. The emphasis, a little coordination, smoothly transferring the ball, heightening your awareness, and becoming so much more aware. How many repetitions have we done? And don't we feel it? Oh, low abs, low back. Easy, smooth transfer. And don't grab the ball. Make sure it's between your ankles, everybody. Hug your hands around your shins. The arms and legs straighten away. And then hands come to shins. I'm going to add lifting my head here. Heads up. Now keeping your head up, we just transitioned to double leg stretch. We went from double straight legs to double leg stretch. So stretch those legs away. This could be inhale to reach, exhale to close. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. We're doing one more. Oof. Place the hands at the backs of your thighs. Rock and roll, rolling like a ball. We'll do two more. Have the confidence to arrive. Remain seated and test your balance. Begin to straighten your legs. Test your awareness, flexibility, and balance. Arms overhead, arms open wide, arms in front, and you can lower your legs down. Keeping the ball right there by your feet, place your feet on top of the ball. Now, we're doing the exercise called tabletop, which is a little bit risky. So if you've never done it on the ball before, then you can just put your feet on the floor and maybe participate on the floor the first time. Palms down or knuckles. You decide what's best for your wrist. Inhale. On your exhale, begin with the initial lift with the arms. Then continue to lift through the pelvis, flattening out your whole torso. You can see how it gets its name, tabletop. I'm not a very good table, but I'm trying. My legs are moving, pushing the ball. And if you're on the floor, don't worry. Just keep squeezing your bum and lifting, and then inhale. Come down softly. Again, no excuses for crashing. You can briefly stretch the backs of your legs, lean forward, and stretch. Give it a try. If you didn't use the ball this time, both feet on top. Get ready. Inhale. As you exhale, using the arms initially, and then flattening yourself out. Pushing the ball is optional, and avoid looking around. Look at that strange spot on the ceiling, or maybe you've got a chandelier there above you. Focus, and then pause. Inhale, tightening the buttocks, and make your way down in slow motion. No crashing and no excuses. So that is the tabletop variation of the exercise that I really want to do now with straight legs, often called reverse plank. I've got my legs straight, they're closed, my feet make the letter V. So my heels and my Achilles tendon are on the ball. This may be more challenging than you expect, so be careful. Inhale. As you exhale, push through the arms. Avoid looking around. Focus your attention at the ends of your legs where your feet make that V and they're resting on a ball. Keep your bum nice and tight. Inhale. And as you exhale in slow motion, super slow, and return. Come forward for a stretch. Now that exercise is so beautiful, especially when it's done slowly and done well, that we can make this more challenging. What? You could bend the knees and straighten the legs. And it should be done very slowly. Your knees will open like a butterfly or a frog. Inhale. On the exhale, first, arrive at the top and establish your position and confidence. Both knees are bending and they bend open like a frog. Avoid looking around. I'm telling you, stay focused and keep your butt up. Inhale. I'm doing one more before I break a sweat. All right, get there. Fix your bum a little higher. Woo! And then come on down. Soften your landing. Now we took what was a really simple exercise and made it pretty challenging. Give yourself a little break here. Stretch. Open the shoulder blades nice and wide across your back. Fold forward. Stretch the whole spine. And then come on up. I'd like to get into one more exercise. I'm placing the ball right behind my knee and holding that knee as I round back. As I round back, but don't put your head down on the floor. Don't. Both of my legs are active. The leg that has the ball will go down and the straight leg will lift. Support your head. As the legs keep moving, I will be twisting to the leg that has the ball. I'll call it twist to the ball leg. Twist to the ball leg. I am twisting in only one direction and returning to the center. Drive your shoulder in the direction of the knee. It's too easy and way too satisfying, I know, to bang your elbow on the knee, but don't do that. 2 more. All right, you're going to want to put your head down, I know. So do it quickly and transfer the ball to the other leg. Get the legs moving, the legs are moving. When you're ready to lift your head, heads up. Find that optimal position. Then choreograph your rotation. Woo. I have got to work off some Christmas cookies I've already had this morning. Keep moving. Come on. Dig deep for some inspiration. Here is 2 more. Yes. And last one. Yahoo! Hug your knees into your chest. Don't worry about the ball, but we have got to go face down. When you're ready to roll up, with or without the ball, it doesn't matter. Just rolling up. Let's transition all the way to face down. Position yourself on your belly, face down. Keep the ball in front of you. Keep the ball so that when you lie down, you can separate your feet and place your forearms on the ball. Keeping your legs straight at the knees, but open as wide as the mat. With your forearms on the ball, you can push the ball forward and pull the ball backward. The exercise benefit is on the pull. So you should pull the ball closer and closer each time. Perhaps your rib cage is lifting off the floor. As long as your back is able to tolerate that, pull your abdominals in, push down through the pelvis, keep the core turned on. Pull, arrive a little bit higher every time. We've done plenty, and by now you should be thoroughly warmed up through the low back. Arrive at the top and stay here for a moment. Stay and simply turn your head and turn the other way, turning your head. Center, stop, a little higher, lift, then come down. Woo, that's a doozy of an exercise. Come back and let's sit in child's pose. Knees are open and you can place your hands on top of the ball. Sit nice and low, sink into your hips, keeping your hands splayed wide open on the ball. As we did earlier in the warm-up, you can roll the ball to one side and just let the ball roll to the other side. There's no need to walk the ball, just let it roll. The ball is rolling from side to side. Feel the effect deep through the shoulder blade attachment near the armpits. I love how that feels. Let's do my next favorite exercise, placing the ball underneath one shin. Now, I've got one ball, one shin, and I'm rolling back and forth. The objective here is to create a muscle memory. I like to call it practice, practice, practice. Now, once you've got a pretty good idea of what to expect, lift your body so that it is off the floor. Now, you could do either of these 2 things. Listen, straighten the leg that doesn't have a ball, straighten the leg that doesn't have a ball, or push-pull the ball back and forth. Now, you clever people have probably figured out that you could do both. Push-pull the ball and straighten and bend the free leg. Woo! That's enough of that. Moving the ball over to the other side, starting to create that muscle memory as I develop a relationship, the shin on the ball. All of the rest of your body parts should adjust with respect to the ball. don't move the ball any more than front, back, front, back. Align your body with respect to the ball. I am ready. Floating myself off. I demonstrated the free leg straightening and bending, straightening and bending. This takes concentration and balance and a little bit of stamina. But what I want to show really is the leg that's on the ball that goes back and forth. This requires not only heightened awareness and stamina, but an acutely highly aware sense of balance. As I use both legs now, oof, this got really, really, really hard. Here's the last one. Okay, I'm proud of that. Sit back and rest. Oof. In the next exercise variation, the ball will be near your pelvis. Essentially, you're going to lie down on the ball where it'll be right near your pubic bone or pelvis. So when you lie down, you are on top of the pelvis. You may need to roll around and make some adjustments. Sometimes your clothing is stuck and folded, etc. I'll be on my forearms and just a little bit forward. My straight legs are closed or close together. So listen, you can keep yourself in the up position, I am up, or you can keep yourself in the low position, head down low. The emphasis is to tighten the buttocks. The exercise is called heel beat. While my legs are straight, in a rapid pace, click the heels together, heel, 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 heel. Remember to keep your knees locked and the legs absolutely straight. Don't let them become droopy or noodly with the feet touching the floor. So I'll continue my heel beats and lower my head. My legs can lift a little higher. Tighten the buttocks and lift the legs a little higher. I'll begin to lift my head now, head up, and maintain the long neck. Lift, ooh, and don't let your feet touch the floor. And rest. Ah, that was challenging too. Roll back, and if you can tolerate it, my knees are bent and my legs are heavy. I'll keep my arms down by my sides and see if I can balance on the ball. If you're able to balance without touching the floor, then lift your spine and lower your spine. Lift the chest and lower the chest. Bring your head with you and keep your bum nice and tight. I would inhale on the lift and lower. Imagine your arms are pulling back like in a Bob Fosse choreography. Lift with a tribute to Anne Reinking. Oof. Last one, Broadway luminary, Anne Reinking. Stay. And now you can sit back and rest. Tough exercise. Rest. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, my next challenging exercise, your forearm will be on the ball. You don't need to do any more than that. It'll be challenging. Plant the other hand on the floor. Try to center yourself as if there were a straight white line down the middle of the mat. You'll be lifting the same side leg. Same side leg. Same side leg. In other words, this is my left arm on the ball. So same left leg is off the floor. I'm challenging my sense of balance by removing my other arm off the floor entirely. Check your abdominals. Breathe and focus. And then come down to switch. So I'm cueing it the way I'm actually doing this, right arm on the ball. Notice my palm is up. So the widest surface of my forearm is firmly planted in the ball. Get your alignment, your spinal alignment, and straighten the same side leg. Whew. Pull your abdominals up, keep the shoulders away from your ears, and remove your free arm from the floor. Come on, Viv. There we go. Abs up, belly up. Belly up to the ball, boys. Better loosen your belt. Don't fall down. Pull up, Vivian. Oof. Ha! There's my optimal right there. Boom. All right, nicely done. This is not about me though, it's about you. So let's do bridging. Bridging is next. As I roll back, all I want is to be sure that my head and my neck are comfortable. My feet are on top of the ball. And just as I gave some advisement earlier about feet on the ball, if you've never done this before, it can be a little risky, so be very aware. Use your arms for balance. Close your feet so they're actually touching, like my arches are kissing. Inhale. On the exhale, trust the ball. Use your butt. Heighten your awareness. Arrive. You need a little boost? You can use the arms and arrive. Get ready to come down. It's all done slowly, so try not to crash and try not to jump. Inhale. Gracefully push through the ball. Conscientiously arrive. At your peak, turn your bum on and try not to overinflate your ribs. Inhale. Down slowly. One vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae. The toughest part is the low end of the spine, where you have to find some deeper butt muscles. You're doing that to keep your butt from crashing on the floor. One more. Inhale. On the exhale, tipping your tail up. Stay. So we could have lunch here, or push-pull the ball a few times. Now, don't hold your breath and avoid looking around at the camera. Push-pull, push-pull. Oh, yeah. On the last one, pull, hips up, inhale, come down. Find those deeper muscles near the tail at the base of your butt, and don't crash. Oh, that felt so good. So you could use the ball in a nice little stretch, placing your hips on top of the ball. Again, this will require some balance, so careful, don't fall, and straighten your legs. Do the best you can to straighten the legs. Feel free to hold on if you need to, or not. Just let the legs come down over your face. There's a deep low back stretch in this position, but you're not able to get to the low back stretch if you're worried about falling over. So keep your arms on the floor if necessary, and then let the ball rebound you as you lift your hips up, and you're still going to get that low back stretch. All right, I'm done with that. Remove the ball. Come on up to seated. Can you hold that V-sit? Arms overhead, arms open wide, and arms in front. Land gracefully. All right, sit up nice and tall. Feel the bones that are deep at the base of the buttocks. Drop your shoulders. Sit, with that long neck of a swan. Turning your head just a couple of times. And then my favorite neck exercise, forward and back, forward and back. It's related to left and right, which I like to call the Janet Jackson. But go forward and back, which I call the chicken. So pulling your head back, so important for strengthening the neck, and strengthening the back of the neck will help to improve your posture, keep your head on your spine, and it'll mitigate the effect of this forward head syndrome. Keep pulling it back and keep sitting up straight, lower your shoulders. Keep a positive attitude, and please keep us all in your prayers as we get that vaccine and world can come back to something close to normal. All right, this is Vivian signing off. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to teach this pop-up Pilates, short and snappy. I don't have a big Christmas tree, so I had to put my Santa hats all over my apartment. It looks kind of silly, doesn't it? But thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week. I think, is next week Christmas already? Oh.